Students, welcome back to your online class of Active English. Today we are going to study the new chapters of Active English. That is our chapter number 32, How Many. We know what is how many? Whenever we want to ask the question about how many pencils we have or how many pencils you have, so then we ask the question by using the words how many for the quantity of things. Whenever we use the word how many, that means when we are asking for the quantity of the things, then we use the word how many for asking the question, like how many desks are in your classroom. So it is the example of how many. Now see, how many boys are there in the swimming pool? So here again we use the word how many for asking the quantity of the boys are in swimming pool. So how many boys are there in the swimming pool? Or we can say how many girls are there. Here again, if we want to ask the quantity of the girls, then we have to use the word how many. Next is how many children are there in total. Whenever we want to ask, then again we use how many children are there. How many steps are there? How many steps of stairs are there? Then we again you asking about the quantity, then we use the word how many for asking the question. Now see the next, how many horses are there? Okay, like here in the field we want to count the number of houses, then I have to ask the question that how many houses are there. Similarly, how many cows are there? Again here we have to ask the question that how many cows are there. Then I ask by using the word how many. How many sheep are there? Similarly, how many resembles the quantity of the sheep. Now, how many animals are there? So here in total, whenever we ask in total, in all or all together, then we use the word how many. Similarly, how many people are there? How many people are standing here to see the animals? So again, we use the word how many. Okay. See the third. How many centimeters are there in a meter? How many meters are there in a how many millimeters are there in a meter? How many meters are there in a kilometer? Okay, how many is used to asking the measuring quantity of meters, centimeter, millimeters, kilometers. Similarly, how many boys are there in your classroom? How many girls are there in your classroom? How many people are there? Basically, how many boys are there in your classroom? You have to ask by using the word how many, and how many girls are there. Here again, asking about the girls, and in the people, they are asking about all together that how many people are there. That means how many total peoples all together are there. We use basically how many for the quantity of the persons, places, things, whatever we want to count. We use the how many words for that only. How much? Similarly, like how many, there is a word how much. Now here again, how much is used for the again quantity. See how much is used. How much ink is there in the bottle? The bottle is full. If we want to ask again about the quantity, that how much remaining there, in how many we use how many for all, but in how much we use for the remaining quantity, the quantity which is remained. So how much ink is there in the bottle? The bottle is full. Then again, the how much is there in the bottle? How much ink is there in the bottle? The bottle is half full. Again, how much ink is there in the bottle? The bottle is empty, there is no ink. Whenever we want to ask about the remaining quantity, we use how much. How much milk is there in the bottle? How much milk is there in the bottle? In the first bottle, the bottle is full. Second is how much milk is there in the bottle? The bottle is half. How much chalk is there in the box? The box is full. How much chalk is there in the box? The box is empty. There is no chalk. How much rice is there in the tin? The tin is empty. There is no rice. How much tea is there in the cup? The cup is full. How much paper is there in the cardboard cupboard. The cupboard is empty. There is no paper. Okay, so here we use the how much word for the remaining quantities. Now see, how much is an apple? Whenever we want to ask the cost of anything, we also use the word how much there. Like, how much is an apple? The person is telling 20 rupees. That is very expensive. How much are the bananas? Now she is asking for the cost of bananas. So the man is answering 10 rupees for two. 10 rupees for two. So woman is telling, that is very cheap. Please give me 6. Now that is 30 rupees, please. Now if she take the 6 bananas and each banana is of the 10 rupees, then how much rupees of bananas? So the man is telling that is 30 rupees, please. Similarly, here is given Sunil Tamang, Mr. Tamang, Mrs. Tamang, and Seema Tamang. Here they had defined the height and age of them. So Sunil Tamang is 1 meter 20 centimeter tall, and his age is 8. Similarly, Mr. Tamang, his height is 1 meter 80 centimeter, and he is 35 years old. Now Mrs. Tamang, she is 1 meter 75 centimeter tall, and her age is 30. And Seema Tamang, she is 1 meter 10 centimeter tall, and her age is 6. So the first is, how old is Sunil Tamang? How old is Sunil Tamang? He is 8 years old. He is 8 years old. Second is, how old is Seema Tamang? So she is 6 years old. How old is Mrs. Tamang? Husband. Here Mrs. Tamang's husband. Who is the Mrs. Tamang's husband? Mr. Tamang. So he is 35 years old. How old is Mr. Tamang's wife? So Mr. Tamang's wife is Mrs. Tamang. So the age of Mrs. Tamang is, she is 30 years old. How tall is Sunil Tamang? He is 1 meter 20 centimeter tall. Similarly, how tall is Seema Tamang? She is 1 meter 10 centimeter tall. Then how tall is Mrs. Tamang's husband? That means Mr. Tamang. He is 1 meter 80 centimeter old. Next is, how tall is Mr. Tamang's wife? She is 1 meter 75 centimeters old. Okay. So these are all about the how many, how much, and how old, how tall. Okay. Now see the next chapter, which is next topic, how often. How often. That means, how often means that how regularly that things occur. Like we have now see, the first is, we have English once a day. We have English once a day. Once a day. Okay. And we have arithmetic twice a week. In week we read arithmetic twice a week. We have Hindi 5 times a week. You can join the sentences only. We have a meal. How many times you ate a meal? So we have a meal 3 times a day. Similarly, we have PE, that means physical education, is 6 times a week. Or we have music 7 times a week. We have art 7 times a week. Okay. So how often do you have arithmetic? We have arithmetic twice a week. We have arithmetic once a day. We have arithmetic 6 times a week. Or you can write it by your own. Okay. Similarly, how many questions and answers can you make? Answer these questions. How often do you go to school? So you have to write it by your own. I go to school 6 days of a week. Similarly, how often does your mother go to the market? You have to write it by your own. How often do you have homework? How often do you play with your friends? How often do you wash your face? How often do you comb your hairs? So these all are these answers you have to do by your own. Okay, this is for you only. Now see the chapter next, chapter number 33, that is questions with prepositions at the end. We know the prepositions from the grammar. Now we have to use these prepositions at the end. Prepositions, I am just telling one more time, prepositions are the words which use the before the position. Whenever we want to tell a position of anything, before that we use the words which are called prepositions. Now see, first, the teacher is talking to the children. Here we use the preposition to with the teacher. She is talking to the children. Again, to is the preposition. Who are the teacher listening to? At the end we use here preposition to in the end. Now they are listening to the teacher. Similarly, what are they waiting for? For is used for the preposition. For is the word which is preposition and it is used at the end position. So they are waiting for bus. Similarly, what is the woman looking for? Again, for is used at the end and it is a preposition. She is looking for her glasses. What is the little boy playing with? With is again a preposition which is used in the end. He is playing with the top. Who is the boy hiding from? Again, from is your preposition. So he is hiding from his father. Okay, so these are the preposition words: to, for, with, and from. Okay, now see, the man is running after the dog. Here after is the preposition word. The man is shouting at the dog. At is preposition word. The policeman is pointing at the dog. Again, at is your preposition. The woman is looking at the dog. So here again, at is your preposition. The girl is smiling at the dog. Again, at is your preposition. The boy is laughing at the dog. Again, at is your preposition. Similarly, make 5 questions like this one, then answer them. What is the man running after? You have to make the 5 questions with the word what is the man running after. Okay? Now, answer these questions. What do you write with? I write with pencil. I write with pencil. Here with this a preposition. What do you draw with? I draw with the colors. So here again with is your preposition. What do you point with? I point with compass. So here you can write point with compass. So with is your again preposition. What do you talk with? I talk with phone. So with is again here your prepositions. What do you measure with? Again with is your preposition. I measure with scale. What do you eat with? I eat with spoon. Here in all sentences the preposition is only with. Okay. Now see the chapter next, chapter number 35, preposition phrase. Now these are related chapters. Here we use the preposition words. Now we use the preposition phrase. Now see how we use the preposition phrase. Do you ever ride a bicycle? Which answer is true? Yes, I sometimes ride a bicycle. Yes, I often ride a bicycle. No, I never ride a bicycle. So you can write your answer. Similarly, you have to answer these questions. Do you ever ride on a bus? Do you ever ride on a rickshaw? Do you ever ride on a train? Do you ever ride on an aeroplane? Do you ever ride in a car? Do you ever wash your face? Do you ever clean your teeth? Do you ever clean your shoes? So you have to write these answers by your own. Like, do you ever clean your teeth? Yes, I often clean my teeth. Or do you ever clean your shoes? Yes, I often clean my shoes. Okay, so in this way you have to answer this by your own because these are the questions which is asked by you. Okay, asked to you. Now with this 35 chapter prepositional phrases, who is the boy? Who is the boy with the ball? The boy with the ball is Prem. Who is the boy with the aeroplane? Here we use the phrases with these preposition word. Here the word with is used as a preposition. Who is the boy with the aeroplane? The boy with the aeroplane is Mohan. Who is the man with the glasses? The man with the glasses is Mr. Pradhan. Who is the man with the black hat? The man with the black hat is Mr. Pradhan. Who is the who is the woman with the basket? The woman with the basket is Miss Suba. Who is the woman with an umbrella? The woman with the umbrella is Miss Pradhan. How much is the dress with the black collar? The dress with the black collar is 200 rupees. The dress with the black collar is 50 rupees. Okay. Now, second, how much is the dress with the flower? The dress with the flower is 250 rupees. How much is the dress with the dots? The dress with the dots is 300 rupees. How much is a coat with the buttons? The coat with the buttons is 800 rupees. How much is the bag with the black handle? The bag with the black handle is 650 rupees. Okay. So in this way you can ask the how much questions again. Answer these questions, use these words. You have to answer the question by using these words. Holding a fishing net, fishing, listen to the radio, kneeling, running after the dog, swimming, sleeping, throwing a ball. What is the woman on the rock doing? The woman on the rock is listening to the radio. What is the man doing on the rock? The man on the rock is cleaning or holding a fishing net. You can write holding the fishing net. Not write cleaning, holding the fishing net. Next is, what is the man in the boat doing? The man in the boat is fishing. Next is, what is the girl in the boat doing? The girl in the boat is sitting. Next is, what is the boy in the water doing? The boy in the water is swimming. Next is, what is the boy in the sand doing? The boy in the sand is running. What is the girl in the sand doing? The girl on the sand is playing with ball. What is the girl in the water doing? The girl in the water is playing. You can write it by your own also, and you can use that help it box also. So these are your chapters of active English. You have to read it fast, and you have to read it and then understand and then write the questions by your own in your book. Thank you so much.